Hitting F9, what are we trying to accomplish here? Filter with complex multiple criteria. Account begins with X, region is East, not April, and greater than 400. Multiple criteria, ands and ors and nots. How do we solve this? Here are tools. Filter left, not month. Here's our spill. We're going to get a spill. Again, hit F9. You can see the output based on this criteria. Let's look under the hood. Brad Williams, Excel Prime. Filter with complex multiple criteria. I'm going to go through this fast. I want you to think about it and figure it out. Count begins with X, region is East, not April, and greater than 400. That's the critical criteria. That's what we're filtering. How do we do it? We want to start with filter, but then we want to narrow it down. How? Let's start with the criteria. We want to filter that begins with an X. You can see we have this range from B5 to BE15, and it has an account. Some of the accounts start with X, A, B, D. We want to narrow that down. We want accounts that start with X. We want the East region. We want everything but April. We want amounts greater than 400. I wrote this down so I can work through it, but you can write this out however you want. We're going to spill some information. We want accounts, region, date, and amount. I want every account that starts with an X, only the East region, dates, everything but April, and then anything greater than 400. That seems simple enough. We have filter. What does the filter do? Allows you to filter a range of data based on your criteria. Left, it truncates text a number of characters from the left. What we're doing is we're saying, just give me the letter X, the first letter. Left, B516 equals X. It truncates. All it's looking for is whatever you define, X. Not logical. We've worked with not in the past. Well, we're stating in very simple terms, we want everything but April. Just say not number 4, month 4. In the month section, we've worked with month in the past. Lastly, we can just state in amount is greater than 400. You can write that out, or you can pencil it in a formula. How would I do this? We have all these functions. It's clear you need to understand what the purpose of the function is. This is one of those deals where the only way you can get better at it is figure out what function does what. With over 400 functions, it'll take you a while. Just work at it. Here, grab this function and change it around. I want letter A, and I want West region, and I want everything but January. It amounts less than 400, and then just change this formula. So starting from right and moving left, how would I set this up so the amount is greater than 400? Why am I saying amount? Because that's how Excel's dynamic arrays spill out the information. It's saying, I want to spill this E5, E16. You're going to define E5, E16 to greater than 400. We have a date. Why is this so? Remember, you set up your filter just like this, B5 to E16. Your spill feature or the output is going to be B, C, D, and E. And there's one extra row here, and we could put redundant data, but I'm not going to worry about that. So that's why the layout is the way it is. That's the way the function works. Remember, we have an array, and you define the array. We know month, in this case, a serial number. Why? Because we have the date. We're not putting in a date. We've identified the date, defined the range. Month returns the month as a number, 1 to 2, not date. Remember we were working with date? Here, returns the month. What are we saying? We just don't want April. What's the next argument? We said east. That's this argument here, C516 equals east. You should have designated boxes here. This 400, it should be listed up here above. Date is fine. The east should be listed above and not part of this. It shouldn't be hard coded. Filter, there should be 3 boxes above that say account. It should have X. And then region, and you put east or west. And then amount, you can put greater than 400. Just a suggestion. You know how this works. Filter's just going to go through. It's going to look for anything in X. F9, you see it's going to X. Well, it's going to just look for the X's. Then it's going to go through and it's going to find the easts. Where's east? You can see true. Just go down these. Well, each one of these represents a row. Wherever there's a true, it's got to be east. Go to month, not month. It's probably going to go false. And there's going to be a true in there somewhere. What we're looking for here, the date, go to date, month equals F9. And you're going to see false, true. What's true? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's row 6. False, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, there's the true. Then there's a false, then there's a true. So you can see anything in February is automatically discounted, even though their number is greater than 400. All we're looking for is for east greater than 400. And see, we're going to knock out nearly 40% because we're in February. That's fine. Hit escape. Last, we're using left. And what does left say? It says left, truncate everything else to the right. Go here, F9, and we have X, blah, 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 equals X. And left's going to say, well, just give me X. And then filter's going to go through. And it's just going to say, show me anything X in the East region that's not February and greater than 400. You can see, if we look at this, how many Easts are there, starting with X? Well, there's 1, 2, 3. There's only 3. Be sure to check out our extensive courses, which include Excel data and text manipulation for advanced users, beginners, intermediate. We also have this great essentials, the A to Z for advanced users, the comprehensive beginner level 1 and 2. Then we have our advanced formulas, strictly formulas, great set of courses, which we have a beginner level 1 and beginner level 2, this intermediate level, and we have this advanced level. Click on any of the links. There's a short video that explains everything about the course. Check it out. The max we can find is 3. Then how many are in East? There's only 2. Let's just do something here. We have X, X, and X. So the most we can have would be 3. The accounts were random. It could spill greater than 3. See, calc, we have no matches. That's the difference between a calc and a spill. The calc just says, look, we can't match anything. Hit F9 again, hit F9. But that is a complex filter with multiple criteria. I think it's a great tool. It's a good thinking calculation. And it's something that you're going to maybe scratch your head over going, this is silly. Well, no, it's just part of the process. These new functions are powerful. In Excel, there's a lot of dead weight behind Excel, but there's a few new functions that makes calculations a little easier, makes your time more valuable so you can move on to other areas. This is one of those features that is helpful. Brad Williams, Excel Prime.